Greetings and salutations, friends. Welcome to episode 5 of Dragon View. Today we're going to see one of the coolest animations in a Super Nintendo game that I have encountered to date. We're also going to see another one of those teleportation animations I mentioned earlier. This one's pretty cool, I guess, if I ever get into the room. It does look kind of like Alex is trying to take a dump here at first, but then I guess while he was taking his dump, Thanos snapped his fingers and made him disappear. Fortunately, he reappears on another section of the snowfields or Kier Mountain. I don't know. I'm not even sure how to say the name of this area. Is it like Kier? Whatever. Now, I did cut out some of the wandering here because it's a pretty long walk to the temple, and of course this is the place that was mentioned earlier. There's not a whole lot in the temple except for this really cool scene. Also, I'm going to point out that I skipped over an upgrade for the sword and armor so I could have the more interesting part of the video in the beginning. I could have just done some editing, but I thought, this isn't really a difficult area. Of course, the blue lizard man decides to Superman me. We're going to talk to this molester monk over here. The wizard appears haggard and drawn. I guess they're all wizards. This statue once held the prime orb in its hands, he laments. But the orb no longer rests here. And we'll find out why in a moment. So this guy's just a save whore. He'll heal our wounds and save the game for us, which is always much appreciated. I like how those stars, like some of them miss and fall to the ground and bounce. He has nothing special to say, just the usual NPC message. Not really much in the way of fights here either. Help! The wizard pleads as he runs towards you. Unhindered, Giza will destroy us all. You must defeat him. He is near. Please, please help us. Help us, Obi-Wan, your only hope. Eventually I talk to this guy. The wizard is calmer and explains. When Giza came here, we all thought he would rise to become a great and good wizard. But now he has killed the High Wizard and stolen the Prime Orb. Well, maybe that wizard shouldn't have gotten high. His evil minions under Giza's orders search desperately for something. What are they looking for? Looking for the High Wizard's stash. Yeah, more gargoyles. Not really much of a challenge or anything. It's kind of cool the way he throws the hawza. And if you hit them at close range, it looks like you're smashing them in the face with it. And more wizards. There's a lot of wizards here standing around doing nothing. The man grieves deeply. Oh, the revered High Wizard is dead. What is in store for us now? I think I know why Giza turned evil, he offers the wizard. Giza studied here before, but his sister became ill, and he left to care for her. He must have lost his faith in honor and truth. Now he cavorts with demons. Now, you may remember in a previous episode we saw a grave. And, of course, the sister is supposedly buried in that grave. And here's the awesome thing that we're going to see now. Giza has obviously been waiting for you, for as you enter he snarls sarcastically. And the great warrior makes his grand entrance. You came for Katarina, I gather? Well, I could use some amusement, and I have some time to kill. Oh, that bad pun. Do you wish to make attempt? No, whatever. You know what he said. Well, have at it then, warrior. Let's see what that pathetic sword of yours can do. Giza laughs at your puny attack. You think you can defeat me? Ha! You'll regret this, I assure you. Like, this is so cool. Like, I know in 2019 it doesn't look all that great. Haha, look, warrior, you can fly. But I don't know, I like it. It's pretty awesome stuff. I can't really think of very many Super Nintendo games that did anything like this. I mean, there are a few things that are a little bit similar that I can think of, but psychotically, Giza screams out. You know I wield far greater power than you ever will. Also looks a bit like a skinny Blanca who can stand up straight. As you collapse, he taunts you. What's wrong, boy? We've only just started our little game. Have a taste of my magic, hero. Giza hisses softly now. Man is mortal, weak and pitiful, but I'm hard, giggity. Struck down with ease by magic, might, and something else. When I warp the power of the prime orb to my side, I shall obtain a strait beyond that of fragile mortality. I shall sit among the gods. Suddenly Argos appears. Hail Giza! Hail Giza! What? Giza snaps. Can't you see I'm busy? Forget him, Argos cries excitedly. We have found the gate. Giza's eyes glaze over and he hisses. At last I have found the mouth of the underworld. Well, mortal, I will let you live, but only to witness your wretched race perish. Argos, take Katerina to the underworld's mouth. Yes, my lord, Argos humbly heeds. He gets the finishing attack. Life is tough, eh? Hee hee hee. Giza cackles maniacally. So I guess it was like, ha 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 ha. Not hee hee hee. Fortunately, Alex isn't dead, as you guys certainly could tell. Running into the room, an old wizard sees you. Wow, he gapes as he spies your broken form. Giza sure worked him over. He's very casual about all this. He very kindly heals poor Alex by shooting magic stars into his crotch. So you've awakened, the old wizard says. You took quite a beating from Giza. Took quite a time, I don't know where I was getting that. I am the high wizard of this temple. Giza caught me by surprise using magic normally forbidden on this world. What do you mean by forbidden, you ask? The wizard explains. Magic is neither good nor evil in itself. But the mystic waves that carry magic powers can be bent to good and evil purposes. The prime orb was created to interfere with bending those waves to evil purposes. Giza has shown us the ability to warp mystic waves. So the power of the prime orb must be weakening. Professor Methraton has studied the workings of the underworld for his entire life. He may know the secret to sealing away those evil powers again. But he is locked away in his lab. You must visit him. So we gotta go find Professor Methhead. This means defeating a few more lizard men and gargoyles. But yeah, that was a really cool little scene there. And I was really surprised by it. I was not expecting anything like that to be in this game when I first started playing it. I actually had rather low expectations of Dragon View, to be honest, but so far it's really surprised me. Even in terms of the story, sure, you have the usual damsel in distress plot, which actually isn't quite as common as people say it is, although it's certainly wow, I am getting fucked up. It's certainly a reoccurring theme, but yeah, even though you have that, there are some surprises, and I'm sure we're going to get a few more. And here's Professor Methhead, a very interesting character. It is the history of the Prime Orb. Read what is recorded. This gem was created by the gods' desire for peace. Its purpose is to stem the evil tide. Cool. See the other orb? It is the history of Gardrak. Read what is recorded. The Dragon Lords bestowed upon him a pendant called Gardrak. And I read these backwards. Ever since the pendant has been passed from warrior to warrior in his family. So that pendant from the beginning is significant. It is the history of battle. The history of battle, okay. Long ago, war broke out among the Dragon Lords. Appointed by destiny, a hero came from the human world on a mission of peace. He brought with him 3 others. He succeeded in averting the war, earning the praise and gratitude of the dragons. It is the history of dragons. Read as what is recorded. In ancient times, the gods created dragons to correct the disorder of the human world. Dragons were the hands of the gods. So, a lot of that refers to Draken, which really sucks. Aha! Chimes Professor Methhead. Finally, help arrives. So you are Alex, aren't you? He asks. Katerina told me about you. She was here, you exclaim? Yes, she was here, but Argos made off with her a while ago, and I did nothing. She held utmost faith that you would rescue her. Like, oh, this place is full of wizards and they do nothing. The professor notices the despair on your face. Don't give up, there's still hope. Just give me a bag of meth. Look at your pendant. That is the Gardrak, getting my tongue tied, a powerful artifact. Long ago, a legendary warrior brought peace to the realm of the dragons. This pendant was given to him for his deeds among the dragons. You are of his blood, a direct descendant of that great man. The dragons will surely help you if asked. Can I count on you? Of course, I should have said no to see how he reacted. That's the spirit Methhead encourages. Go out and fight. I sure as hell won't. 4 spirits of the Dragon Lords sleep in the crystal altar of Orta Temple. The temple's entrance is secret though. Journey to Mirage Village in the southeast desert. The sorceress there guards the temple and may permit you to enter. And we got the Mirage map. So I'm going to go back to the map and collect some stuff. There's also something that's kind of important to the plot back in the city of Kasdra. I do want to mention that those orbs, which I read backwards, a lot of that refers to Draken, as I mentioned earlier. I never finished Draken. I played maybe 20 minutes of it. Someday I might actually inflict the game on myself. kind of what I do. It might not be totally terrible. Oh, these guys have new things to say. Okay, it's joyous news that the High Wizard is alive, the wizard tells you. Still, you can only save our world from Giza. Both the wizard and the professor are safe. But I fear that the worst is yet to come, worries the wizard. He's a wizard. God, that was a fucking horrible dad joke. At any rate, back to Draken. I keep interrupting myself. But yeah, apparently the world in Draken was ruled by dragons, and they would fight amongst themselves, and your characters make peace among them. Giza and his demons search out the hidden underworld. What use could he have for that hidden mole? I have an idea, but it's too terrible to even consider. I don't know why I was walking over that way. I can't believe Giza tries to warp the Prime Orb's power to evil. The panicked wizard despairs. If he succeeds, we are all doomed. Yeah, so... And we'll see what this guy has to say before I keep rambling about Draken. The wizard grits his teeth angrily and growls. Scum like Giza should never wield the power of the Prime Orb. His place is here safeguarding peace in the statue's arms. Yeah, so... your characters basically go around from castle to castle in Draken, just kind of doing gopher quests for the dragons to shut them up, basically, and make them not as pissed off. That's kind of what I gather about the game. I watched a really excellent and in-depth review of it years ago. Unfortunately, I can't remember who did it. Maybe I'll find it and put a link in the description, but it's likely I'll just forget. But yeah, so that was an interesting premise for a game, but there were other problems with the game. But this does, harken back to Draken. It is a direct sequel, and it's the better game of the two. It's actually really kind of just shaped up to be a really, really solid Super Nintendo action RPG, which there weren't a whole lot of that I can, at least not that I can think of off the top of my head. There were a surprising number of action RPGs on the Nintendo, but not so much on the Super Nintendo. I don't know why. We did get our sword upgrade here, so now it doesn't suck. It would have been nice to have that in the temple, because there's dragons. Those lizard men were fucking me up. I can't really get my words out today, I guess. I'm calling them lizard men's even. Them's lizard men's. I think there's something else over here. As usual, I'm kind of getting disoriented. In fact, I had to check the map and kind of realize that I didn't even have the right map, but then I went totally in the wrong direction. I also will show off the ice ring a little bit later. The ice ring is awesome. I was expecting it to be like basically just a palette swap of the fireball effect. They made an entirely new effect for the ice ring, and that alone is really cool. Like I said, a surprising amount of work went into this game, and it's a shame that, who's heard of it? I never heard of it. I don't even think I saw it in the store. And here's the armor upgrade, which would have been nice as well. I'm curious to see what the armor and the weapons look like as you level them up. Not much of a change here. And I don't even think the actual like graphic changes. They just palette swap them. But hey, you know, a little bit of effort can go a long way. It's not like it was just like, oh yeah, your sword got stronger. It looks the same, but it got stronger. At least they do something with it. In reality, Alex is just spinning around and getting dizzy and wandering somewhere. It's not actually teleportation. This is all just a really bad trick. And see, this is cool. Is this what happens when you step on the warp stars? Like, is that like a mini warp star? I don't know. And I do mess up here because I was like, oh yeah, let me try the ice ring out. Let me equip it. And I didn't realize that the game would load him back into that position and go, oh, whoa, you just stepped on the warp star. So he rewarps. And if you notice, the ice ring only has 10 damage. And I think the fire ring, I think it started with 20. That's because the ice ring is an AoE attack. So even though it has 10 damage, it can hit everything either on the screen or in the room. I'm not sure. We'll find out. It's also worth noting, if you play this game, that there is a difference between magical damage and physical damage. And take note that wizard's gone from the last episode. I guess I can't call them molester monks anymore. What could I call the wizards? Wanking wizards? It's not so great. Maybe I'll just call them molester monks still. But yeah, there is a difference between magical and physical damage, which is another cool thing that they did. Kind of gives these rings and stuff a use besides solving puzzles, which is fine that they're used to do that anyway. Well, they're not really puzzles so much. Yeah, shoot these pillars with a fireball and melt them. Yeah. Some puzzle there. So here's the ice wizard. He's going to upgrade the ice ring. Young fighter, I am an ice wizard. I am a ice wizard. Oh yeah, that's some great grammar. I will bestow power upon your ice ring, so it will become more powerful. Azig Taphid. I actually was like trying to figure out what Azig Tafid or Tafid is. It's actually defeat Giza backwards. So that's kind of fun. I wonder if they did that in the original Japanese, or if that was just something they decided to do in the English translation. I'd have to say that this is also one of the better translated and written games, like from a dialogue perspective, that I've played. The writer kind of seems like he had a thesaurus open while he was doing the translation. Maybe they just kind of embellished a little bit. I don't know. It is a little cheesy though, is what I'm trying to say. But it's still good. And there you go. There's the ice graphic. Not really a good idea to use it on him though. But I did want to show you guys what that spell looks like. And I think there's a lightning spell, so I'm curious to see that. But, yeah. I know I talk this game up a lot, but I like it. It's a cool game. This is the worst part of it, this map. This is maybe the only thing that I can really say that is, like, objectively bad about Dragon View. And even this isn't too bad, really. In fact, like, I like this area, and I like the music, and I like the walking around a snowy place. It reminds me of Daggerfall, which is a game I didn't play until I was like 30. but it does remind me of it. And like when you walk out of the first dungeon in that game, it's like winter and it's snowing everywhere, and it has similar graphics. So we're back in Castra. And here are our favorite molester monks. What's going on in the temple, the old monk questions. Giza did that? That's terrible. And here's the guy from the Ice Fortress. It's nice to see you again, Cliff greets. We met in the Ice Fortress, do you remember? Is it safe to return to Kier Temple? Cliff says, thank you, hero, for liberating the temple from Giza's grasp. Only you have the power to defeat Giza. Believe in yourself, hero. Yeah. These wizards are really fucking useless. Like, I guess all they can do is, like, heal people, so they can't really fight him. So here's the thing, and watch what happens now that we examine it. And this is cool, because this did not happen the first time we did it. You hear a noise, sob. It sounds like someone crying. How strange. And here's the sister. She looks like Yoria from Fist of the North Star. Ghostly voice echoes. Ah, someone stop my brother. Someone. So she doesn't really say anything all that great, but you know, it's kind of cool that they did that. They didn't have to like have that little fact in there. And it's not necessarily something someone would think to check. Like, I just kind of checked it on a whim, like, oh, well, maybe something happens if I examine the grave, because, you know, of this connection with Giza. So that's it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed playing this game, and I'm really looking forward to going to Mirage in the next episode. I'm going to start working on that hopefully tomorrow, and pretty soon I will have the next episode out for you. So, as always, thank you very much, and good luck and happy gaming.